I have mentioned in other videos that I am very blessed to be the father of two grown daughters. My oldest has, as a part-time hobby, graphic design, and she was looking through the masks that I had created and had mentioned to me that while they all seemed okay, they were kind of missing the cool factor. And I had created a mask a week or so ago that had Luke Skywalker on it and had a picture of him on a tauntaun wearing a mask. And I wanted to really do this. I wanted to create some masks that when the kids go back to school, that could be unique, that could make them stand out. It can give them something to talk about that isn't so serious, that has the cool factor to it. Now, my most recent one, the one that was on the screen, I've put with these other three because they kind of get away from the political, they get away from the serious that has dominated their entire summer. So these four might be something to think about. The newest one, of course, in the upper right is just a giant purple, lavender, and blue and navy COVID-19 virus, or artist's rendering of one in super high res. So definitely don't see very many of them out there. And when they go back to school with all of the challenges and everything they're going to be facing, why not give them that edge? Why not give them something that they can take with them that's going to be unique? So anyway, here's the store. It's up and live now. And of course, we still have all of the other ones. There was a hiccup with the website last night, Teespring, and for some reason I'm unable to add this particular mask into this store. I'm not sure what's going on, but I will give you the link to this mask individually, where you can go and go right to this page and order. And then I will also, of course, give you a link to the Florida Maquis mask store as well. So, 2.5 minutes, got that out of the way. Now we can get to the serious stuff. Many, many, many months ago, I made a video talking about what was coming with Ultra FICO and the new way that they are going to do credit scores. We are already in the middle of it. And something is occurring right now. They are keeping it off the headlines. No one is talking about it. No one is investigating this. But guys, in the next 3 months, it is going to change everything. I know everybody likes to think, that they already know what's going to happen in November. We're going to be in a different world in November. I mean, think back to this time last year. We're talking about Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard, and all of those people who were vying for the nomination. Biden wasn't on anybody's radar. And then think back again to January and February and the beginning of the hiding under our beds with Anderson Cooper and Dana Perino. And now look at where we're at. I'd like to remind folks of a scripture that largely gets paraphrased and never gets quoted properly from Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. A lot of people say they'll cast their silver and gold in the streets. No, that is not what it says. Their gold shall be removed. There are a bunch of banks and a bunch of shysters out there right now hawking silver and hawking gold. Buy our silver, it's going to go nowhere but up. Buy our gold, it's going to go nowhere but up. If that were the case, why would they want your worthless money? Why would they want your worthless dollars? They literally say in their ads, the dollar is going to collapse. The dollar is going to be worthless. Gold and silver is going to be worth a ton. Okay. They have a bunch of gold and silver, and you have a bunch of dollars. What's their business model? trading what's going to be your worthless dollars for their only going to get worth more silver and gold? Does that even make sense to logic? Why would that be a business model? How could they make any money? Why would they do that? Anybody right now trying to sell you silver, trying to sell you gold, is playing you. They are playing you. Why would they? Ask yourself the question, would you do that as a business? If they're doing it as a business, why wouldn't it be smart for then you to do it as a business? Once you have silver and gold, Gold Line and all these other places and these silver salesmen, if the business model is so good, why wouldn't you then go into business selling your silver and gold for dollars? And the Bible agrees with that assessment. They shall cast their silver in the streets because it'll be worthless, and their gold shall be removed, meaning they're going to take it from you. They're going to force you to negotiate it. You can leave it in your safe all you want, but the minute you try to do anything with it, it's going to be converted into digital dollars. Never trust a goblin. Never trust a goblin when it comes to gold. Now, there's also something else going on. And it is literally the kind of frightening that makes you swallow a couple of times. It has to do with what the banks are doing with credit cards. Credit card holders feeling the pain of cuts and cancellations. An estimated 70 million people have had their spending limits slashed on credit cards, or their accounts wholly canceled without warning by a card issuer in the past 60 days. Now, these aren't people that are behind on credit card bills. These aren't people that have run up their cards, haven't made a payment in 3 or 4 or 5 months, and having their accounts closed. That's not what's happening. What's happening is people who had an emergency credit card setting in the drawer, maybe a $5,000 limit on it, all of a sudden are getting a notice saying that card now has a $2,000 credit limit on it. What makes that so important is the new Ultra FICO. The most important thing is credit utilization. Now, let's say you had a $5,000 credit limit and you had used $1,000 of it. So you were at a 20% utilization rate. And you had been very faithfully making your payments for the last 3 or 4 months, and you had worked that $1,000 down to, say, $700, $600. So now you're getting down around the 10, 12% utilization rate, which is good. Then all of a sudden, they cut the credit limit from $5,000 to $2,500 or $2,000. Now your utilization is way up. Now it's 30% or more, which crashes your credit score. Who remembers this in 2008? Ninja loans. The banks have gone from giving money, straight up money, not credit lines, money, to people who had no income, no job, and no assets. Literally handing out money, to now cutting credit lines of people that are not in arrears, cutting credit lines of people who have acted responsibly. 1 in 3 people have experienced this because the banks know something is coming. The banks know something is coming, and it is not good. And it has to do with this. The moratoriums on the evictions are ready to stop. The CARES Act money is going away next week. They're going to start tossing people out of their homes in record numbers, out of their apartments in record numbers. The vacation for BLM is over. All that pretty extra money is going to go away. And they blew it. Walmart, Target, Best Buy, all these places, they are out of stock on luxury electronics because so much got bought in the last 3 months. Nobody saved any of that money. Nobody saved any of that money. And the PlayStation 5 is getting ready to come out in November. Why in the world would a bank cut somebody's credit limit who had made their payments? Because this is why. Because they know it would be the last line of defense. It would be the last line of defense. People would take the money out of their credit cards, pay their back rent, pay their whatever they could to keep from getting evicted. And the banks would never see that money again because of the optics of it. The banks would never see that money again. That credit card bill would never get paid. It would be basically pouring money out of one side of their bucket and into the whole riddled side of the other. And they've done this math already. They have done this math already. They're going to take the homes. They're going to take the assets. And they're going to cut the credit limits to keep people from using their credit cards to catch up on their rent. This is what's coming. And it's very, very serious because of this. There are going to be so many people who have no options that it's just going to seem like more than what they can handle. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. The Bible even says, your silver and gold will not even be worth food. Nobody will take it. Not even those whose business is satisfying your soul. It'll be worthless. Get rid of it. If I have to choose between what the salesman from Goldline tells me, or the silver salesman tells me, and what the Bible tells me, guess what I'm choosing? I'm choosing the Bible. So, anyway, humbly, I would ask, get yourself some of these if you haven't already, especially for the little ones. There's going to be new designs coming out that are going to have a cool factor to them so that they don't have to worry about the things we just got done talking about. So, pray for each other, lift each other up, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.